Hey everyone, welcome back. We love to dive into the topics you all are most interested in, and you sent us a ton of stuff about this.
Oh, yeah. This is a big one.
It feels like every industry is talking about AI right now, but the article you guys sent in about generative AI and insurance, well, that really caught our
I
eye.
definitely caught mine too, and it's not just hype.
Okay, so before we get too deep, can you break down exactly what we mean by generative AI? What is it?
So basically, picture two neural networks.
Oh, two neural networks.
Yeah, the first one is kind of like brainstorming, coming up with tons of ideas. These could be anything like different insurance scenarios or potential risks. And then the second network is like a filter.
A filter, so it sorts through the ideas.
Yeah, exactly. It evaluates each one and decides how realistic it is.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's not just crunching numbers from the past, but it's actually trying to simulate or imagine what could happen in the future.
Exactly. And it gets better the more it does it. It refines the simulation over and over and over. And ultimately, generative AI can make some really, really nuanced predictions. It can even generate totally new data sets, which are really important for training and testing those risk models.
That's honestly kind of mind-blowing.
Uh,
Okay, so how does all this actually impact the insurance world? The article mentioned a revolution in underwriting, which is a word we hear a lot these days.
yeah, for sure. But I think in this case, it might actually be true.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Think about this. Imagine getting insurance coverage that's constantly updating based on your driving, so it's dynamically priced for you. Or life insurance that looks at your personal data and adjusts your premiums based on your health, even factoring in things like lifestyle choices or even genetic stuff.
Wow. So no more one-size-fits-all policies. This is about tailoring coverage to each person.
That's the future we are looking at.
But wait, hold on. I have to ask, wouldn't that require access to a ton of really personal data?
Well, yeah, it would. And that's a really important thing to think about. As these models get more sophisticated, they do need more data to work with.
So how do we balance that? On one hand, super personalized insurance is amazing, but on the other hand, I don't want all my personal information out there.
Right. It's tricky. I don't have the answer, but it's a debate we need to have. We need to figure out how to get the benefits of this personalization while protecting everyone's sensitive information.
Couldn't agree more. Okay, the article also talked about how generative AI is changing how insurance companies assess and predict risks. It even mentioned analyzing climate patterns and social media activity, which honestly sounds a little, well, I don't know, science fiction-y.
It does sound a bit futuristic, but it's closer than you think. Let's take an example. Imagine you're a homeowner. AI can look at hyperlocal weather data and, check out how your house was built and even things like how much vegetation is around your property.
Like bushes and trees.
Exactly. And using all that, it can tell you how likely you are to have a wildfire.
Wow. And then what? The insurance company just sends you a warning letter in the mail.
Maybe, but they could also be more proactive. Imagine they give you a discount on your insurance if you clear the brush around your house or install a fire-resistant roof.
Oh, interesting. So it incentivizes people to take action and protect themselves.
Right, exactly. It's not just about predicting bad stuff. It's about helping people be prepared and safe.
Okay, so I'm starting to get the big picture. What about for the insurance companies themselves? How are they using AI to change how they do business?
Well, we're seeing a big shift towards what's called on-demand and micro-insurance products. Basically, it's moving away from these huge policies that cover everything and towards more personalized, need-based coverage.
So instead of having car insurance all year round, I could just get coverage for weekend road trips.
That's the idea. Or picture this, travel insurance that changes based on your flight information, what the weather's like, even the political situation at your destination.
Whoa, okay. That level of personalization is really impressive. But are insurance companies actually ready for that? Can they handle that kind of change?
It's a big change for sure. They'll need to rethink a lot of their old systems, but the companies that jump on board early, the ones who are willing to experiment and really innovate, those are the ones that are going to thrive in this new world.
It sounds like there are huge opportunities here, but also maybe some growing pains.
Definitely. Lots to think about.
Okay, well, this has been a fascinating start to our deep dive. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll be talking about how this whole AI revolution is changing the customer experience. Stick around. Okay, so we're back, and I'm ready to dive into how AI is changing the customer service game in insurance. I mean, let's be real, sometimes just dealing with insurance can be a huge headache.
Absolutely.
You're on hold forever, the paperwork is confusing, and those automated phone systems, don't even get me started. It doesn't exactly scream happy customer.
Yeah, it's not the best experience.
So the article talked about how AI could actually make things better. I'm a little skeptical, I have to say.
I get it, but hear me out. What if, instead of that whole phone tree mess, you had an AI chatbot that understood what you needed right away?
Oh,
It could pull up your policy, answer your questions, maybe even process claims instantly.
so like a 247 personal insurance assistant.
More like an advocate, actually. Think about it. This AI could look at your situation, compare different policies, and recommend what's best for you.
Wow. So no more spending hours trying to figure out what I actually need.
Exactly. It's about getting the right coverage at the right price without the hassle.
Okay, that does sound pretty good. But I have to ask, what about the human touch? Sometimes you really need to talk to a person, someone who gets it.
Oh, for sure. I completely agree. AI isn't about replacing humans altogether. It's about handling the simple stuff, the routine things, so that the human agents can focus on those complex cases where you really need empathy and understanding.
Gotcha. So it's like AI takes care of the basics, and then humans step in for those trickier situations.
Exactly. It's all about collaboration.
They make sense. Now, I want to talk about fraud for a second. I mean, it's a huge problem in insurance. The article talked about using AI to fight fraud, which seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah, totally. It's a perfect use case for AI. We're talking about saving the industry billions of dollars.
Oh, kidding.
And think about it. Traditional fraud detection is pretty reactive. It's slow. You've got investigators combing through mountains of data, which is not very efficient.
Okay, so how does AI change that?
Well, AI can analyze those same data sets in a fraction of the time. And not only that, it can pick up on those subtle patterns and things that a human might miss.
So let's say someone's trying to pull a fast one, file a claim that's not legit. AI is going to flag that.
Exactly. It can analyze past claims, medical records, social media, you name it. AI basically becomes a super sleuth for insurance fraud.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. But here's another question. What about bias? We've seen examples where algorithms in other industries have actually made existing biases worse. Is that concern here?
Oh, absolutely. It's something we have to be very careful about. We need to build these systems responsibly and make sure they're trained on data that's fair and unbiased.
So that everyone is treated fairly.
Exactly. The goal is to create a system that benefits everyone, not just a select few.
Okay, so we've talked about personalized chatbots, AI fighting fraud, and even proactive risk management. It's clear that AI is already changing the game in insurance. But I'm curious, where do you think this is all going? What does the future hold?
Well, I think we're moving towards a world where insurance is more than just a safety net. It becomes a proactive partner in our lives.
A partner? What do you mean by that?
Imagine insurance that helps you stay healthy, not just pays your bills when you get sick.
Okay, so insurance that actually helps you prevent bad things from happening in the first place.
Precisely. And AI is going to play a huge role in that. Think about personalized health plans that incentivize healthy habits or smart homes that adjust automatically to reduce risks.
Okay, so insurance that not only protects you, but also empowers you to take control.
Exactly. That's the power of AI. And
Yeah.
I think it has the potential to make insurance more affordable and accessible for everyone.
That's a future I can get behind. Well, this has been incredibly eye-opening. We've covered so much ground already, but I feel like we've only just scratched the surface.
There's definitely more to explore.
Okay, so let's take a quick pause to recharge. When we come back, we'll dive into some of the challenges and ethical considerations that come with all this AI innovation. Don't go anywhere. Okay, we're back, and, it's been all sunshine and roses so far talking about AI and insurance.
Yeah, lots of exciting potential.
But I think it's time for a reality check. I mean, there have to be some downsides, right?
Right, for sure. Every new technology comes with challenges, and generative AI is no different.
Okay, so let's tackle those head on. Where do we need to be careful? What are the things that worry you?
Well, we've mentioned a few already, like data privacy, the potential for bias, and even, the impact on jobs.
Okay, yeah, those are all big ones.
Yeah, let's start with data privacy. Like we said before, these AI models need tons of information to do their thing. But how do we make sure that all that personal data is protected?
Right, because that's a huge concern for people, myself included.
Absolutely. And I think the key here is transparency. People need to know exactly what data is being collected, how it's being used, and who has access to it. And it can't be buried in some long, complicated document. It needs to be clear and easy to understand.
Agreed. I mean, no one reads those terms and conditions anyway. But
Yeah.
seriously, it's about building trust, right? People need to feel confident that their information is safe.
Exactly. And it's not just about telling people what's happening. We also need strong regulations and security measures to prevent that data from being misused or falling into the wrong hands.
Okay, so transparency plus strong safeguards. Makes sense. What about bias? I know that's a big concern with AI in general. How do we make sure that these systems are fair and don't end up discriminating against certain groups of people?
Yeah, that's probably the biggest ethical challenge we face with AI, and it's something we need to be really, really careful about, especially in insurance.
So how do we do that? How do we prevent those biases from creeping in?
Well, it starts with the data. If the data we use to train the AI is biased, then the AI itself will be biased. So we need to make sure the data is diverse and representative of everyone.
Makes sense. So it's about being thoughtful and intentional about the data that we use.
Right. But it doesn't stop there. We also need to be constantly monitoring and evaluating these systems, looking for any signs of bias. And if we find it, we need to fix it.
So it's not a one-time thing. It's an ongoing process.
Absolutely. We have to stay vigilant. Okay, let's talk about jobs for a minute. I mean, automation has already changed so many industries.
Yeah, a lot of people are worried about losing their jobs to robots.
Right, and it's a valid concern. The insurance industry is definitely going to see some job displacement as AI becomes more sophisticated.
So what can we do about that? I mean, how do we make sure that people aren't left behind in this AI revolution?
Well, I think education and retraining are key. We need to help people develop the skills they need to work alongside AI. And we need to create new opportunities in areas where humans still have the edge, like things that require creativity or emotional intelligence.
So it's not about humans versus AI. It's about finding ways for them to work together.
Exactly. It's a partnership.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Well, this has been an incredible deep dive. I have to say, learning about generative AI and all its potential has really made me think about the future of insurance in a whole new way.
Yeah, it's a really exciting time to be following this technology.
Definitely. We've covered so much ground, from personalized policies to AI detectives fighting fraud. But I think the biggest takeaway for me is that we need to approach this technology with a sense of responsibility. We need to be aware of the risks, but also excited about the possibilities.
I totally agree. This technology has the power to transform insurance and make it better for everyone. But we need to make sure that we're using it for good.
Absolutely. So to all our listeners out there, stay curious, stay informed, and keep the conversation going. The future of insurance, and really the future in general, is something we create together. Thanks for joining us on this journey.